Hello, welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you if you, excuse me, I do have a frog in my throat. If you clicked on this video, if you entrusted me to give you this information, thank you, I appreciate you. I am doing a pick a card reading for general reading for the year 2024. Pile 1, Pile 2, Pile 3. I haven't done this in a long time, the video part, not the reading part. I haven't done this in a long time, so I appreciate you giving me grace for stuttering or being confusing about anything. So if you see a pile that you like, keep that in mind, and I'll have the timestamps below. If you want to have something else to help you choose, I will be giving you a crystal. So for pile 1, your crystal is rose quartz. For pile 2, your crystal is the tumbled ocean jasper. And for pile 3, your crystal is the blue lace agate. So go ahead and take a look at these piles, see if there are any of them that speak to you. If not, I'm so thrilled that you clicked in the first place, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. And now let's go ahead and move on to the readings. Hi Pile 1, thank you so much for being here today. I hope that you enjoy your reading. You chose this deck and the rose quartz. I really appreciate you again being here. This is going to be a overview of what is going to be influencing you most specifically in the year 2024. So the reading itself will show what area of your life, whether it's your career, whether it's your finances, your family, your love life, whatever it may be, is going to be under the most influence in 2024 for you. And that doesn't mean that other things will not be affected or have impact, but this is a specific look at one area, which will be revealed by your cards. So let's get started. We'll have the tarot tell us what exactly is going to be the focus in 2024 for you. If you don't feel like these messages apply to you, don't worry. It is a general reading and not everything is going to apply to everyone. You can feel free to pick another pile or to pass on this reading altogether. But if something does resonate with you, absolutely take it as yours, because the universe is sending out all sorts of messages for everyone. So let's get some tarot cards for you. Oop. Okay, all right. So it came out first, we have the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. So this does definitely look like a group, some sort of community project, something working together with someone else. What that may be, leaning towards a career potential or maybe some sort of family dynamic, but let's keep looking. The 8 of Cups. The 3 of Hearts. I apologize if the reflection on these cards is not picking up well on camera. The 9 of Wands. Excuse me. The 5 of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles. The Lovers. The Magician. And Justice. Okay, so right away the message is coming through that this is going to be affecting your career area in 2024. You may be seeking a new career, or perhaps you're in a position where you want to change jobs or be promoted or even demoted. And in 2024, it does look like there is going to be some opportunity for career change for you. The 3 of Pentacles is always about working together in the financial aspect or the material world, being creative, having the opportunity to create with other people, potentially having a collaboration with someone, or even getting the opportunity to design a product or a pitch or an idea of your own. The Eight of Cups with the Three of Swords, however, it kind of looks like there's a lot of disappointment surrounding this opportunity. Now, it can't be said for sure that things won't go well, but I think that less likely for it to go well is not less likely for it to go well. It's less likely that it will not go well, and more likely that this opportunity you've fought hard for in your career is not going to give you what you expected. It may become burdensome. It may become problematic. You may realize that now you have a position of either like perhaps leadership or power that you didn't want, and people are coming to you with questions you don't want to answer or maybe are not able to answer, and that's very frustrating. So then we start seeing the desire to end the conflict, the desire to put a stop to this area. With the Nine of Wands and the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, I think I said five before, but that's okay. That's still an energy of really wanting to get out of a situation that is not working for you anymore. This energy is, it's almost like it's beating you around the head. Like, it's so powerful. Like, you start thinking to yourself, like, why did I even take this chance? Why did I even think that this opportunity was for me? Why did I even think I was good enough? There's a lot of self-doubt that's showing up here. But let's look at the second half of the cards, because once you move out of this energy, which is that self-doubt, the feeling that you can't actually do what you thought you wanted to do, or that you don't want to do it, you're being handed something new. So this could be actually leaving your job and finding a new path in 2024. Maybe you have had this job for so long, you've kind of forgotten what your dreams are. And then all of a sudden, it's like this becomes such a burden that you're like, why did I even do this in the first place? I wanted to be a photographer. I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to follow my passion. This is an opportunity now in 2024 for you to leave something that you thought was going to be fulfilling, but in fact was very, very disappointing for you, for something new. And then now you have the positive energy of the Lovers embracing this aspect of yourself that before you were kind of afraid of. You have the Magician transforming yourself and your life because you are now accepting what the universe is trying to manifest for you. You have Justice, positioning yourself in such a manner that you now have reached a place where you're satisfied, where you're so much more engaged in what you're doing. And none of this would have happened if you hadn't accepted the opportunity that you thought would be beneficial for you, but in fact turned out to be like not a blessing in disguise. I mean, it is a blessing in disguise because it shows you that where you're at in your life, career-wise, in your job or whatever you're doing for productivity, that's not what you want to do. Maybe you want to give it all up and run away and just volunteer somewhere, do some kind of volunteer work. Maybe you want to leave your 9-to-5 or corporate job and do something that's freelance or do something much more creative. Maybe you are in a very creative position and you find that actually being the one who's constantly forced to come up with the ideas is too stifling for you. You want some more structure in your career. All of these opportunities are totally fine, and it will come for you in 2024. You're going to have the chance to leave the position that you feel is not right for you and pursue what you've always dreamt of. Whether that is a very secure 9-to-5 corporate type of job, whether that is something very open-ended with just the freedom to come and go as you please, that is whatever you want. That's the beauty of this, is that wherever you're at now that's not satisfying to you, all of that is going to be able to change. The only caveat here is that you have to recognize that this isn't working for you. You have to recognize that this opportunity or position is no longer satisfying you. If you're thinking to yourself right now, like, I don't know what she's talking about. My job, pays well. It's a fine job. It's a good job. Sure, there's things that are negative or there's hiccups here and there, but that's going to be at any position. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. If you don't want to take on the work or take on the stress or concerns of leaving a comfortable position, you don't have to. It's not saying here that you're going to get fired or that something bad is going to happen and you're going to be forced to leave your job. It's saying that if you recognize that you don't want to be in that position anymore, you'll have the opportunity to do what you want. If you are fine with the position you're at, where you're in, if your career is going well and you do want to keep continuing on, just know that the opportunities that were going to be handed to you are coming to you either way, that you will still have chances to grab maybe a pay raise. You're going to have a promotion. You're going to have more freedom, even within the current position. The choices you make here about your future for 2024 do not affect the results, right? The results are coming to you either way because these are what are meant for you. You're meant for that bigger and better thing. You're meant to enjoy what it is more. You're meant to feel free to become your most authentic self. You're meant to feel like your ideas and your suggestions and your words are being heard and understood and accepted, and that you are getting the positive feedback that you deserve. So nothing is going to become negative for you in that aspect. What the choice is do you want to leave where you're at and undergo the process of taking a risk to go after a dream? Or are you going to accept that your current situation is the dream and become more and more well-rounded and prolific within that situation? All right, so that is what your tarot cards are saying for you for 2024 in your career aspect. We do have some pre-drawn oracle cards to give you a message about how your spirit guides and how the universe are going to be guiding you throughout this process, regardless of whether it is yes or no what you choose. We have Cyan, build your confidence. So if you do feel like you might want to have that change, but you don't think that you have the strength to go through with giving up on something that's too steady, you don't want to take the chance that you might not have a paycheck, it's okay. Just work on building your confidence. If you have a hobby that you thought you might like to transform into a job, build your confidence in that area. Build your confidence in marketing yourself so that you can potentially take that and move forward with it. We also have gold, attract abundance. So for you, for your career, whatever you do, you are still attracting abundance. That's what this is. You can't see that. The Lovers, the Magician, that's attracting abundance. The Ace of Pentacles, these are good things. The angel that is with you during this time is Archangel Raziel with faith. It is scary. Let me stop for a second. It is scary. I want to acknowledge that. It is scary to give up on something that's been secure and that you have maybe done for a long time. So just have faith in yourself and your choices, because nothing is the wrong choice. Everything, I can't stress this enough. All of the choices are the right choice. It just sometimes maybe feels very daunting and very scary. So just have faith that whatever you choose to do is the right choice. The universe has a message for you. Dwell on what you love. So dwell on what you love. And when you're doing that, thinking about that, allow yourself to imagine all of the possibilities, not just the current situation, so that when you see the opportunity, you won't miss it. When you see the opportunity, you'll choose, and then you'll feel good about the choice that you made, regardless of what it was. And the final message, this is from you to yourself. I bury myself in work to forget you. So when you're dwelling on what you love, when you're attracting abundance, think about why you're doing it. Think about what you're doing and why. Is it because you actually enjoy it? Or is it because it's harder to think of what could have been when you're actually in the situation? Because the coulda, shoulda, wouldas are like, they will run through your mind like a freight train if you let them. Okay, so don't let them. Dwell on what you love, not forgetting. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip a coin for yes or no, and I'm going to pull out one of these back, what are these called? The Alleyman's Tarot deck. This deck is a mixture of all different cards and all different decks, and there's also oracle cards mixed in, so each message is unique, even if it's one of the ones we've seen before. So this is the coin. We have heads for yes, tails for no. So think of your question and we'll get the answer. No. Let's let the Alleyman's Tarot tell us why the answer is no. Put this over. The Five of Mirrors. So this is the Five of Cups. So the answer here is no. And the Five of Cups is about loss. But I think that what this is actually saying is, regardless of what you are asking, no, you won't lose anything. You won't lose your house. You won't lose an income. You won't lose a family member. You won't lose a possible relationship. You won't lose friends. You won't lose your lifestyle. You won't lose your car. Whatever you were asking in regards to this situation or any situation, the answer is no. You're not going to lose anything, okay? So if you guys like this reading, if you enjoyed finding out what 2024 has its focus on for you, please give me a thumbs up. Please like this video and subscribe. Leave me a comment if it resonated, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye. Hello, welcome pile 2. So this is a reading for 2024. The focus of this reading is what is going to be the specific area in your life that 2024 is really going to bring you something new or bless you in. Bless you? Bring you blessings in. So you chose this beautiful deck and the Tumbled Ocean Jasper. I like how, I'm trying to find them now. There's little, it almost looks like little octopus suckers. I think, I really like that about Ocean Jasper. So it feels something like sticky, like you maybe have something that you're stuck on that you really want in 2024. Like you've really resolved to make this happen. So let's find out what it is and whether it's going to be coming true for you. Remember that this is a general reading, that it's meant for many people. If, oh, these two aren't supposed to be there. If the answers or the information doesn't resonate with you, you feel free to choose another pile or to click out of the reading altogether. It doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. It's just perhaps not the right time, or you're getting information that's meant for someone else. So with that said, let's get your tarot cards. Oh, that happened again. Okay. Hopefully you can see everything. I honestly can't tell with the camera. This is a setup that I need to work on. Okay. So right away, the Fool comes out, definitely wanting to start something either new or take something to the next step and pursue this opportunity with someone or something. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Group 1 also got the Ace of Pentacles. And the Seven of Wands. The Three of Cups. The Moon, the the Seven of Swords, also pile 1, Six of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. 777. Wow, you may be looking for something around July specifically to happen, or the 14th of July. Around the middle of July, something may really be happening or something may really be ramping up. That's just a timing area that came out with those sevens, but it's not necessary. So with the Ace of Pentacles, why do I keep saying that? The Seven of Swords, those showed up in pile 1 as well. So if you were curious about career options or your career, you might want to check out pile 1 as well, because this is not about your career, but if you had some questions about career, pile 1's the pile for you. Wow. So what I'm cutting right here, what I'm picking up on, pile 2, not all of you, but some of you went through a pretty painful breakup at the end of 2023 or around the end in the last half of 2023, and you really want to move forward from that as a single person. The other part of the people who would resonate with this group are people who have been single for a long time, who have been on their own for a while and are now really starting to feel like they're ready to find a partner. So it's not specifically a romance reading, because I don't see a lot of romantic energy in this reading, but it's definitely about what you want in your personal life and how you want to share that with someone. I'm feeling very strongly a desire to connect. It's almost as if, whether you were in a bad relationship or whether you've been single or whether you just, maybe it wasn't a bad relationship, it just fizzled out, you still want to connect somehow. There's the idea that you have a lot to give. You have literally the hand extending. You have a lot to give and you want someone to help receive. I'm not saying being the only person to receive your blessings. Like, this is a 3. So we're talking friends, family are already in your life and you enjoy being with them, but you want a special connection with someone to receive. The Moon has put almost like a sense of mystery around how, and you've kind of gotten the idea that it's not possible, like that there's just too many, red flags out there. There's too many people being deceptive. There's too many people who are not on your same page, but that's not true. And you will meet someone. We have the Six of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Cups. This person or persons, because it might be more than one, you may become in connection with more than one person in 2024. But for you, this person is going to be someone who fits all your ideals, who ticks all your boxes. They may not, be perfect. Obviously, no one's perfect. And you have also experienced situations where you've felt that the person that you are in a connection with is causing you pain, is going through situations that you don't like, that you don't want to be in, but you've remained hopeful throughout all that. and you still want to fight for that idea of your perfect connection. And so in 2024, the universe is going to give that to you. For some people, I really feel like it's going to be more than one person. And I don't mean in like a polyamorous type of way, but just you may find a best friend. You might find a boyfriend or girlfriend. You might just find people in your life that you're going to be able to connect to in such a deep and meaningful way that it will make relationships of any kind that you've had in the past feel lackluster, as if, you know, they weren't as meaningful as you really thought they were, because this is going to be some next level type stuff. Don't get caught up in your own fixations on red flags and green flags. This Seven of Swords is really standing out to me with the moon, that if you have in the past tried to make new connections, you may have let some things turn you away because of your perceived connotation of what that may have looked like in a relationship. I'm trying to think of an idea, like an explanation. Like, let's say, very basic, let's say you meet someone, you contact them, you're texting, they don't text back. You know, a week goes by, they don't text back. And you start to yourself, well, that's it. That's a red flag. Then, you know, this person can't communicate. Their communication style is too different from mine. Whatever sets off that like ticker in your head that puts up that flag. And so you block them, or you just say, I'm not, you know what? I'm not interested in going forward. Don't set yourself up for failure because of very small details like this. I'm not talking about the big things that really should warn a person off from any other person, you know, things like lying, cheating, just being a bad person, abusive person, unkind, makes you feel bad. No, like not those kind of things. I'm talking about their own personality quirks that are just different than yours. Okay, because look at this Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups was supposed to be bringing you this cup, but instead he is drinking it. And that could be a red flag for some people. They're like, look at how selfish this person is. Look at how selfish this guy is. He was supposed to bring me this, and he's actually taking it for himself. But this poor Knight of Cups, he has traveled a long way, right? He has come from a distance to get to you, and he's by this stream of water now, so he can refill the cup. He's drinking it because he can refill the cup, and he can still bring it to you. This is what I'm saying. Like, don't be put off by very small details that are not things that you would normally expect or things that you normally do yourself, because there's not a lot of fear in this energy. Really, there's no fear except for in this kind of nebulous past, but even that was a negative feeling that pushed you forward into something better. So the universe is not bringing you bad people, okay? Now, you may want to start expecting every person that you meet to be the person that the universe is bringing you, but that's not going to be the case. Remember I said around July, you might have a waiting period. I'm not saying specifically that it's going to happen in July. I'm not giving you a timing like that. But what I'm giving you is the reminder that things don't happen in immediate process. The universe does not think linear. The universe and your spirit guides are not on a time frame, okay? So don't expect it to happen tomorrow. If you go out and you meet someone at a coffee shop, don't expect that to be the one that you are being told to connect with, because it might not be. It might be, but it might not be. You have to allow yourself to experience their energy. You have to allow yourself to connect with them. And then you will feel in time, does this person tick these boxes? Does this person make me feel like I have found victory, that I've found the one? Do I feel joyful Am I happy when I'm with them? Do I want to give them my energy that way? You'll know, we all know, right? So with that, there are some pre-selected oracle cards to help clarify what you can be doing for yourself and for the other person during this time frame. So the first is turquoise, waken your empathy. Being empathetic to yourself and to others is definitely going to allow you to feel more free when you're connecting, and having more freedom when you're connecting with people allows you to see them for who they really are in a much easier and more truthful manner. So that's very important to remember, is that to be empathetic, and when you feel like something is you can't touch that empathetically, that's when it becomes a true problem, a true red flag, and you should actually not pursue that connection. The angel that is going to be with you and guiding you with this help throughout the process is Archangel Shamael with beginnings. So you might have a lot of new beginnings. There may be more than one person that you meet along the way and have a beginning with. Every time you have a beginning, that opens up an opportunity for you to learn about yourself and become more empathetic to the other person and other people in the future. So even if the beginning doesn't really work out, it doesn't pan out for you, it's still important, and they are necessary for all of us in our lives. The universe has given you two messages directly from the universe. You're being watched by loving eyes. So again, this is absolutely not something that is going to happen overnight for most people. Instead, your guides and the universe are watching out for you, and they're bringing the right people into your life. The other one, no two flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. Just remember that in that beginnings process, don't put other people out just because their petals don't look like yours, right? And then this is a message from yourself to yourself. I know I messed up everything. So some of you were the ones who caused this. Some of you were the ones who put these swords in someone else's back, okay? And maybe they didn't deserve it, okay? It's fine. I mean, it's not fine, because I hope that you learned from that situation and that you are growing from that situation. But sticking in this energy, I know I messed up everything, that's not going to be successful in the long run. You've got to realize that you have to be empathetic to yourself as well as other people. And if you make a mistake, forgive yourself too, because you are being watched by loving eyes, and the universe doesn't want you to hold on to this energy. All right? So the next thing we're going to do to finish up this reading is I am going to flip a coin for a yes or no question, and then draw a card from this Aliman's tarot deck here to help answer or to give you some insight on the answer that you get. So this is heads, this is tails. Go ahead and think of your yes or no question, and we'll see what comes up. Tails. So this is a no answer. Why is it a no answer? Let's find out. So this is the King of Swords. Interesting. This is not about, okay, I see what it's saying. The energy here is about the same feeling of creating empathy in your heart for other people's differences. No, whatever you imagined in your head about whatever person may be coming in for you, the answer is no about that. And the reason is because you're expecting something that's unreal and unrealistic for you. And it doesn't matter if you literally asked yourself, will this person be kind? No. Yes, they will be kind, but what do you think of when you think of a kind person? Are you thinking, do they feed stray cats? Or do you think they buy me a lot of gifts? Imagine that the person or people that the universe is bringing in are 100% the ideal person in your head. What do you learn from them? How can you have an amazing connection with them? You can't, because they're exactly what you wanted them to be. You have to expect differences that you can work with, because that's the only way you can continue to grow and learn and connect and be empathetic with people. So no, this person is not going to be exactly how you imagine in your head right now, but they will be someone who can fill all the nooks and crannies in your heart and give you everything you need that you didn't even realize. All right? So that is your reading of pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. If you liked the reading, I would appreciate it if you subscribed and gave me a thumbs up. Leave a comment if you have any insight that you felt was particular to you, or that anything you liked or didn't. And I hope to see you again on another reading. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. You chose the deck here, this beautiful Ciro Marchetti deck with the blue lace agate, one of my favorite stones. And today we are going to be taking a look at 2024. Where is an area of focus that is going to be in your life? Like, what specific area in your life is the universe going to focus on for you in this year? It may not necessarily be the entire year, or it may not be the only thing that receives focus in this year, but this is something that maybe you've been thinking about, wanting, dreaming about for a while, and in 2024, it is definitely going to be the year that it comes to fruition. So with that being said, if you don't find that it resonates with you, you are welcome to choose another pile or to click out of the reading, because this is a group reading. It is for people all over the world with all sorts of different eyes, minds, connections, beliefs, and things may not resonate for you the way that you had hoped, and that's totally fine. You resonate with someone else, and I hope that you enjoy the reading anyway, or you can find a pile that works for you. All right, I'm gonna stop babbling and let's get into getting your cards. I don't know what I'm talking about. It has been a long time since I've filmed a tarot reading, so you definitely have to forgive me. This is one of my New Year's resolutions. So what is on the books for you in 2024? Pile 3. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Five of Wands, the Emperor, the Five of Cups, Judgment, Seven of Pentacles, Strength, the Moon, and the Sun. Wow. So if you picked pile 3 and you were thinking about maybe having a romantic connection in 2024, or if you picked pile 3 with feeling like you wanted to have a change in your family dynamics in 2024. All of those things that looks like that's going to be a thing that really happens for you in a very intertwined way. If you're interested in career, check out pile 1, because pile 1 also got no, they didn't get judgment, but I feel like you may also like pile 1. But we're talking about family dynamics and just interpersonal relationships in general. So pile number 3, a very strong majority of you may have someone, at least one person, maybe a lot of people, maybe your entire family, that you don't talk to. This definitely may be surrounding a father figure or a head of the family figure in your life that caused you to part ways with them or some people. But there's going to be a loss. We see this here with the 5 of Cups, and I feel like this is going to be the loss of a feminine energy within the family dynamic that's going to bring you back together again. Okay? If you were wondering about any type of family dynamics, this is coming through very strongly. But we also see, very interesting, with the Knight of Cups, with Judgment, Moon, and the Sun, I also see a potential relationship, a romantic relationship, coming from this loss, or coming in the middle of it. That's, coming in the middle of this loss. And the Page of Pentacles, the page is a standard bearer. Like this, they go first, they lead like with the message, or the shield in this case. And with the peacock there, it feels like something coming forward in a very beautiful way, like almost bringing forward the Knight of Cups energy, that giving love in a very beautiful way. The 7 of Pentacles and the Strength card, I feel very strongly with the Judgment. This whole section here, I feel very strongly that for many of you who are resonating with the feeling of being separated from family, the painful event that triggers the reconciliation in 2024 is going to be the loss of a female energy family person. It could be a sister, a mother, grandmother, aunt, it could be an uncle. I mean, it really could be anyone who just resonates in a feminine energy. But don't fear, like this 5 of Cups energy, it feels like there's a lot of sadness, as if almost the person that is lost is the only person you connected with still within your family dynamic, or was only the only person who you felt comfortable with in your family dynamic. But what's coming through is to stay out of that deep, deep sorrow, because this is something that was truly a blessing for everyone. And I'm not saying that loss is a blessing, and especially if the person is lost in a way that is painful, or, tragedy strikes, that it's a good thing. But it feels as if these two, this duo here, this dynamic, it feels as if there was a person who's being let into freedom. Like their loss opens them into freedom. Perhaps this is a very religious person who is now being let into heaven because of a passing. It's the idea of like the elderly woman becoming young again, becoming strong again. Someone who was in a lot of pain becoming youthful and free of pain or illness, and having that opening through the gates of their passing. Although not necessarily for everyone will it be a physical death. It could just be they move away from you, perhaps. They move back to family that you don't get along with and you don't feel you can contact them anymore. If that's the case, if you lose this point of contact, the only maybe family member that you've really felt like you could have a connection with, this romantic element, this romance energy, this connection with a person in a new way is stepping in to fill that void. If you're losing the person through a passing, this energy person is stepping in to help heal that emptiness that you will have, that you always kind of have after something or someone passes on. When I say something, I mean like a pet, not like a car. And then we have the moon and the sun. Really beautiful duality here, mimicking the duality of this older woman and the younger woman in the strength. In the energy, this person is fading, they're darkening, their light is slowly dimming, but through the release, they become brighter. That's only if this is about the passing of someone. This can also apply to this connection energy. You were in this cloudy, dark void almost, where you felt like you couldn't see the dawn, the light, the light was gone. You were alone. You were really mourning the loss of that person in your life. You're mourning the loss of maybe the connection between your entire relationship with your family, or just with the people that you struggled with. And as you see this sort of spinning cycle, the release of this person coinciding with the entry of the new person allows this sun energy to come forward. It allows the light to come forward. And then you can also see the matching spheres here. I don't know what you would call those, to be honest. I'm not sure. Like, this has the zodiac on it. This also does. But this person is going to become a catalyst for you to come back to the family or the connection with the people in your life that you thought was lost. Whether it's through the mourning and grief period, or even if it's just an excuse to go to this person, if they've moved away, it's an excuse to go to this person and introduce your new connection, your new relationship perhaps, or love, whatever, it shows up as. Introduce them and introduce to these other family members and open up the opportunities for communication, because it's not a full-on reconciliation with the difficult family members. That energy's still there, but this is an opportunity to begin the reconciliation process. You don't have to ask them for forgiveness. You don't have to have them, admit to whatever you feel they've done wrong, or whatever the situation that broke up the train of communication, whatever the situation that's severed your connection with them. You don't have to force either side to own up to any wrongdoing. If that's what you feel you need for reconciliation, go ahead. But what it feels like to me is a much more small step through just opening lines of communication again. Just a small step. So let's take a look at these oracle cards that were pre-selected for your pile to see how the universe may be guiding you in that small step. We have the color red. Free yourself from pain. So yeah, definitely a lot of people in this situation, or probably most people who are alienated from family, feel very painful about it. Like they either feel like the other party has caused them pain, or they are in pain because of the situation. It's time to let that pain go. You don't have to accept anyone or their actions if you don't feel like they, if they did something to wrong you, you don't have to accept them and their actions, but at least allow yourself to let go of the pain that it caused you. All right? Aqua, experience peace and calm. It's the same thing. You don't have to feel like you have to be the one to apologize or step into anyone else's good graces. You can wait for them to come to you with that. But in 2024, release yourself from the pain that they caused you. Embrace peace and communicate with them in a way that makes you comfortable until they acknowledge the wrong that they did. The angel that's going to be with you, helping you through this process, is the Archangel Metatron with divine intelligence. You're going to be given the understanding that you need to see other people's points of view as well. So if there's an opportunity for you and a person in your family or in the circle of people who you've been disconnected with to talk about the situation, you are going to have the divine intelligence to see the truth for what it is. Whether they refuse to acknowledge any wrongdoing, or perhaps they mistakenly believe that there was something that was correct in the situation that caused the rift, your divine intelligence will guide you to understand why that is to them and how you can allow yourself to forgive, and also guide them into admitting their own fault in the situation as well. The direct message from the universe, it's not only about being right, okay? A lot of us, myself included, a lot of us believe that we are right about whatever the situation may be. We know that the other person has their opinion and that there's two sides to every coin, but our side's the right side. And it's okay. If your side's the right side, it's fine. Their side may definitely be the wrong side. But sometimes just proving that point, trying to demand that they understand that, it doesn't get you anywhere. It's not only about being right. It's about, again, the pile 2 had a lot about empathy. And in this situation too, there's a lot about empathy. So being empathetic to their feelings and their situation will help you connect better to, first of all, the family or the people that you were disconnected from, but also the person that you meet or that comes into your life as this new love connection to help guide you back to being within the family fold. Is not really the best way of putting it, but it's the only thing I could think of. And then the last one is a message to you from yourself. You speak to me through music. Definitely a lot of things when I'm struggling, a lot of times music helps my mind become empty and clear so that I can see each task or see each problem for what it is and focus on it. I think this is especially important as you move into the stage of the grief period that you'll experience, where you begin to realize you need to take the opportunity to reconnect. Allow the type of whatever music you listen to, allow it to uplift you and hold you so that the parts of reconnecting that are scary become more comfortable. So the last thing I'm going to do for your reading is I want you to think of a yes or no question, and I'm going to flip this coin. This is heads, this is tails to answer your yes or no question, and then we'll get more information about the answer from this Alleyman's Tarot deck right here. So go ahead, think of your question, and I am going to give it a flip. The answer is no. I might have to start doing this with the poker chip because, well, we'll see. We'll see in the future. So came tails up. The answer to whatever question you had in your mind is no. Why is that? Hypothetic cards. Okay. So this is Giuseppe. Draw 3 cards from anywhere. If they do not bring you happiness, put them back where you found them and draw 3 more. You may repeat this as many times as you like. If any other players are looking or feeling left out, share some with them. So I love this. The answer is no, because you need to be putting out just as much as you're taking in. If you're trying to reconnect with someone, you also have to be doing work. You can't just be expecting them to see you and think like, dang, it's been a long time and I did all this bad stuff. So here's my apology and let's get over it. I don't know what your question was, obviously, but the answer is no, because you also need to do the work. You also need to be putting your cards on the table, and you also need to be sharing if someone's being left out. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you, and I hope that you got some valuable insight from this reading. If you did, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe for more in the future. And I'd love if you left a comment down below about anything that you found interesting or special. If you found that this didn't resonate with you, again, feel free to pick a different pile or pick all 3 piles, because each pile had different information for the future. Looking forward to seeing you again on a new reading, and I hope you have a blessed 2024. Bye.